Bill Cosby's freedom has come to an end. The 81-year-old was sentenced to 3 to 10 years in a state prison for sexual assault Tuesday. His imminent jail time hailed as a major victory for the Me Too movement. He is the only celebrity convicted and now sentenced since the movement gained momentum starting late last year. Cosby was found guilty in April for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constant some 14 years ago. She was in the courtroom for the sentencing along with some of his accusers. The judge also ruled that Cosby is, quote, a sexually violent predator under state law. That designation comes with strict requirements, including monthly counseling and registration as a sex offender with police for the rest of his life.
Well, there it is. They have officially got their wish. It is set in stone. And to be quite honest, none of this, and I do mean none of this, should surprise anybody. I cannot wait to see the video that Nicole puts out there, because she is honestly the only person I really want to hear from right now as far as this story is concerned, because she's like the only one I can think of that stuck by this case from the beginning and stuck through it all the way through to the end. And I can't wait to hear what she has to say. I know this is probably going to be like devastating to her, because she really stuck on this particular story as much as she possibly could, and she covered a lot of it when us as the viewer could not be there physically. She was actually there in the courtroom during some of the proceedings, so I really can't wait to hear what she has to say. But like I said, none of this is surprising. It's unfortunate. I mean, the ones who got their wish, they got it. And notice what it said in the clip. It said that Bill Cosby is the first celebrity to be convicted under the Me Too movement. The first one. That in itself is going to go down in history. So no matter who else they convict, if they even convict anyone else, Bill Cosby will go down as the first. They like, you know what they say, you never forget your first. The first person they ever got under this bullshit movement happens to be a black man. Now they're going to attach sexual assault and rape to black men because of Bill Cosby. And they're also saying that we can just simply say that you did this to me, and you did that to me all these years ago. All I have to do is come out years later and say, you did this to me, and you can go to jail for it, just based on hearsay, like Harvey has talked about so many times in his video as it pertains to this as well. Here's another one I can't wait to hear from, to see what his response is as well. But I really want to hear what Nicole has to say. But I knew this was coming. I'm not surprised or anything. It said he has 3 to 10 years in jail. I doubt he's going to serve all 10 of those years. But they're not going to allow him to serve less than 3 of them. So he's most likely going to have to serve at least 3 of those years that they've given to him. I'm almost certain. Then, of course, they said he had to register as a sex offender, and he had to have this security around him for the rest of his life. And so, like, even when he gets out of jail, if he is fortunate not to die in jail, which is what I'm sure they're banking on, he's going to be, it's almost like he's going to be in prison even when he's out of prison. The man is 81 years old, and he's going to be living his life in complete confinement for the rest of his life, even when he's out of confinement, if that makes sense. You're going to get a lot of people that says, how can you support someone like this, da 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 da. Well, if y'all followed the case closely like you should have and saw through the media's bullshit, then you would think twice about supporting this verdict. Especially if you are black. Especially even more if you are a black man. Because now the target is now even more prevalent. This was the golden goose that they needed. This is the golden fleece that they wanted. and they got what they wanted. So to all the other black celebrities in Hollywood who are male, you better watch your every step you take and every move you make, because them heifers are going to be on you like white on rice, and they are going to be on you like they are some bloodhounds. Because now that they show that they can do this to Bill Cosby, they can do it to you. The question is, who's next? Because you already know they probably got someone else planned in mind now. What I'm worried about is what they plan on doing after he's in jail. Like once he's in jail, what's going to happen to his wife, Camille? Who's going to look after her? She's going to need someone to look after her and also protect them assets, because they are going to come for that money. Watch what I say. They are going to come for that estate. They're coming for the rest of the legacy. The rest of the legacy is money. They've already tarnished his legacy as far as being a comedian and an actor, producer, director, creator, a doctor, influential person, however you want to put it. Now the final nail in the coffin for them will be to go after his millions. Watch that money talk start to float around. They're coming for it. Trust and believe. And I hope that his estate and his wife have something to tie down as much of that as they possibly can. And like I said, it's going to be unfortunate when he passes on, because people are going to only remember him, unfortunately, for this. I actually said this about a month or so ago. They're only going to remember him for this because they keep pumping out just this constantly over and over and over again, to the point where kids 10 years from now will only remember Bill Cosby for these court proceedings and not the legacy that he had before all of this bullshit went down. So it's up to us who are true and loyal fans to have to keep this going. Not this part, but the Cosby Show, his stand up, all of that good stuff, all the good stuff. And just imagine when they come out with a biopic about Bill Cosby, because they're gonna make one. People are gonna be so fixated on talking about this, because that's what because drama and stuff like this is what sells. This is what makes headlines, and that's another way that they're going to use it to pump out the lies and all kinds of shit. I mean, this whole case was filled with nothing but a bunch of fallacies. Nothing but fallacies, if you really pay attention to it. Now, it's amazing how, a whole bunch of other celebrities came after him, such as Harvey Weinstein, and then you had people that came out around his time like Stephen Collins, and you don't hear a peep out of them, but we know why that is. That damn Stephen Collins, they managed to let his ass slip through the crack, because he admitted that he did what he did to them kids. Even his wife said so. And they put that damn show back on the air. Need to ain't go after him. Harvey Weinstein still floating around. Allison Mack, they still have yet to even say her name. And you got Asia Argento. They ain't about to do nothing to her. They just gonna let them ride the wave until that shit just dies down. So it comes to a thing where they're not gonna go after a woman, especially if she's white, and they barely want to touch a white man, but they'll make a fuss about it just to make it appear that they're mad, but they're really not. But they have what they want in Bill Cosby. At this point, if the Me Too movement and the Time's Up movement could stop today, they probably would, and decimate. They would, because they got their man. This is who they wanted all along. And they unfortunately got their wish. All I can say is, Bill Cosby, just hang in there. Do your best. I mean, this has been a stressful year and a half, maybe 2 years for him, between this court case and his daughter passing away and them not giving a damn and not allowing this man to grieve. They pretty much were saying, oh, it's unfortunate that your daughter died, but we're still going to put your black ass in jail. And a whole bunch of other stuff that we don't know about. For a man to be 81 shows how much more stronger he is compared to what they think he is. I mean, all these years passed, and y'all are just now going after this guy. And y'all could have gone after him in his prime when he was on the Cosby Show, but y'all wanted to wait until he got old to do it. Like a whole bunch that and a whole bunch of other stuff just doesn't add up, and it will never add up to me. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description, and the links to the PayPal will be pinned down below. I will talk to you in the next one.